Hello, my friend. Welcome to this pick a card reading that we're going to do today. Your spirit team wanted to come through with a message of healing and love, and they're asking me to bring in this little pink flower over here. So she's going to be our friend during this reading, and we're going to pick 3 cards together. So here is pile number 1. Pile number 2. I think we're gonna go with boundaries. Okay, 3 piles here. Number 1, number 2, and number 3. And they also already pre-picked these crystals for the piles. So just go ahead and connect to whichever one you feel most drawn to. And the timestamps will be down in the description box below, and we'll get straight into your readings. Hi, pile number 1, welcome to your reading. So you picked awakening, energetic upgrades, a new way of being, and integration. And as I was setting this up, your spirit guides again asked me to bring in this little yellow butterfly. So if this is the second time you're seeing that, or maybe even more than that, if you're in the future and I've had more readings where they asked me to call that in, then that's definitely a sign for you. So just as I was paying attention to this card to begin with, it just feels like you're in a period of rest. And I'm getting the sense that you don't necessarily enjoy the rest, but it's like you're having to heal through something. Your body, your physical body, and mentally and energetically, all of the ways you're having to rest right now to heal from something that you've been through. And so we're gonna grab some more cards and listen to what message your spirit guides have for you today. The Rose's Kiss. We have this little pink flower over here too. A burst of magic. Look at these pink flowers. Look at those synchronicities. And we'll grab both of these. Wish Upon a Star and Awakening Genius. I'm gonna make some more room in a second. And scoot. I try to give myself a little bit extra space today. I don't really know how this fits in yet, but they're saying that you're being nurturing and caring and kind and loving to not only your childhood self, but also your future self. It feels like you're healing something, which is, we'll figure it out as we go, but I don't understand it yet. You're healing something with your future self and your past self in this moment right now. It almost feels like you're putting a lot of pressure on your future self to become something. You're like, if you don't, it's giving me the energy of, if you don't become this thing, then I'll never forgive you. And that's how you've been treating yourself for a really long time, it feels like. And what you're doing now is saying, hey, future self, whatever you turn into, I'm gonna be so proud of you. And then going back to your childhood self too, and being like, hey, childhood self, you're perfect the way you are. You're beautiful the way you are. Everything about you was right. Everything that everybody made fun of you for, told you was wrong. Every single one of those little things that you released about yourself because other people told you they weren't right, you're calling those back to yourself, and we're healing with these little pink flowers. I'm always amazed at the synchronicities that they bring. The little pink flower petals on all of these. Look, every single one of your cards. Which is why in the beginning they were telling me to bring in that flower. Isn't that beautiful? It really just feels like in this moment right now, in this rest that you're having right now, you're healing your entire timeline of existence in this lifetime. And that sounds absolutely crazy, but if you knew that that's what you were doing, would you let yourself rest? Would you let yourself take the time and rest and let your body catch up and allow your mind to unravel and all of those things? Would you be so frustrated with how your life is going and how nothing is moving or changing if you knew that this is what was happening energetically behind the scenes. The High Priestess, Page of Swords, Nine of Wands, and the World. And actually, I am new to YouTube, so I see all of the other readers doing this. So I'm gonna do that because I don't want to be kicked off YouTube for that. In this card here, the High Priestess, I'm just seeing that you're having a hard time with not working, not being productive. You feel like, I've got to get on my laptop, and I know that that's just symbolic. It doesn't mean that you have a laptop that you're working on every day. It just means like you feel like if you're not productive, like there's something wrong. You can't be, you feel like you're in depression, and you're actually not in depression. Like I said, you're healing a lot of stuff energetically throughout your entire timeline on Earth. And so you waking up and feeling like, I've got to do something, I've got to be something, I've got to work toward my goals and all the things, they're saying it's not productive. It's actually counterproductive for you to do that right now, because you're trying to force something that isn't ready. And they're asking you to just set this down for a little bit. Just allow yourself to rest and relax. If there's things that you have to get taken care of, like doctor's appointments or whatever it is that you absolutely have to do, they're saying, of course, take care of your life. But if there's stuff that can wait until later, please let it wait for later, because your energy is being tied up right now. And I just keep seeing this card as her fighting ghosts. Like she's not used to not having something to do, so she's like trying to create problems for herself so that she can solve them. It's like she's just bored. She wants something to do. And that keeps seeming like how you're feeling right now is you're just bored. You want something to do. You don't know what to do with yourself. And this one, it feels like you're mad at the universe. Like, so I'm just supposed to stand here and hold this pole while you work out whatever is working out energetically. I'm just supposed to stand here and hold this and wait. And look at how mad she is. She's like, I'm gonna do it because you told me to do it, but I'm real upset about it. I don't want to do this. I want to be pole vaulting. I want to be running toward my dreams. I want to be working on the life that I want to create for myself. And you want me to sit here and hold this pole and do nothing? And your guides are coming through to say, girl or boy or whoever is listening, they're saying, you're doing everything. You're doing everything energetically. You're doing everything, okay? You have to allow yourself to do the work that needs to be done in the energetic field so that your life can progress the way that you want it to. Otherwise, it's going to turn into a giant disaster. Seeing Beyond, In Perfect Harmony, and Oracle's Gift. I'm going to move this now that we're moving that out of the way. Your guides are asking you to use your intuition. Really, really tune in to the universe and how you feel. And they're asking you, they're saying, even if you don't feel like your intuition is that strong right now, close your eyes and feel how you feel. Do you want to get things done right now? Do you want to be productive? Is when you wake up in the morning, do you think to yourself, I really would love to get that one thing done today? Or do you wake up and go, man, I don't feel like doing anything, but this has to get done, that has to get done. And they're saying, we really need you to tune into your own intuition right now and listen to yourself and your body, because you're trying to force stuff that shouldn't be taking place right now. Like, you need rest. So they're comparing your life to a symphony, and they're saying, sometimes there are times where it's really loud and busy and all the instruments are playing at the same time, and other times it's just the flute that's playing and it's soft and it's quiet, and other times it's completely silent. but that has to happen in order for the big crash that comes after that to be more effective, is what they're saying. So like if it's silent and then it gets really loud all of a sudden, that's so much more effective than if it's medium loud and then gets louder, you know? And so they're saying that's what's happening to your life right now. All of the stuff behind the scenes, it's kind of like they're showing the entire orchestra setting down their instruments and taking a moment of break, because in a minute they're gonna have to play as fast and as loud and as hard as they can, and the orchestra needs to take a break so that they can perform their best in the next part. And that's what they're saying to you. It's like you're saving up your energy, you're tying up loose ends. They're showing the orchestra all taking sips of water and resting their fingers, or like doing this with their fingers to get them ready for the next part, because in the next part their fingers go I clearly am a professional at being in the symphony, but they're just saying like they have to rest, they have to give themselves the time, they have to prepare for what's coming next. And so they're saying what you can actually do is start mentally preparing for the things that you want in your life, because you're about to go on this journey that brings all of it to you. And so you have to like let yourself rest and recuperate right now. This feels like a continuation of the same message, just that warm, cozy feeling. They're like, really, really, really lean into the rest. Really make it the best thing you could ever feel or experience, right? And then they're talking about on The Office when Phyllis, when it's raining outside and the whole office makes a bet about Phyllis and what she's gonna say for the day, and how she's like, oh, I would love to cozy up by the window and read a good book or something like that. I can't remember the exact quote, but she's just like, I love it when it rains. It's so comforting and warm and cozy. And that's how they want you to treat this time period, as like this beautiful experience that you get to have, where you're taking care of yourself and you're making yourself warm and cozy, and you're drinking your favorite hot drinks, and you're cuddling up with your favorite blanket, and you're watching your favorite shows, binge watching them, or playing your favorite game on your phone. Really, this time right now is about your mind and your body resting. So whatever that is for you, that's what they're encouraging you to do. And it's almost like we feel guilt for that a lot of times. And they're saying, don't feel guilt about it. This is, if whatever it is that calms you down and brings you peace, that's what you should be doing right now. All right, this is why. This is exactly why. They're saying you're in this solitude and it feels like depression, but it's not depression. You're just resting, right? And you're regaining your energy. And they're showing me a person hiding out in this lighthouse, kind of keeping themselves away from everybody else, and just, like I said, reading a nice book and drinking tea inside this lighthouse, and nobody knows where they are or what they're doing, but they're just taking care of themselves in here. And the reason why is this card right here, because you are about to be presented with a choice of what you're going to do next. And they want you to be well rested, taken care of, and really know who you are and what you want for this next part of your life. And they're really encouraging you to kind of focus on figuring out what you want next, because you're about to be presented with a choice. Right here, making a choice. You're about to be presented with a choice, and you're going to need to know which way you want to go. You're going to have to know, and then we're calling in this card too, the compass. You're going to have to know what's in your heart. You're going to have to know which way you want to go. And so they're asking you to please, please, please save your energy. And you're doing all of this healing work up here on all the versions of yourself, so that when it comes time to make this choice, you make the one that leads you to the most happiness. These two were sticking out of the pile, so I'm just going to take those. The Devil and Queen of Cups. And I'm feeling like one more from this deck. That one was jumping out. Feeling the World. it feels like there's something you've been chained to for a really long time, like a thought that you have about yourself or an idea or something. I'm going to cover those because I don't know if that's appropriate or not. But it feels like there's something you've been attached to for a really long time. And in this last phase of your life, you were somebody who detached yourself from this. You decided, no, I don't think that way anymore. No, I don't want that anymore. No, I want a better life than whatever you're going to offer me. And I'm just going to slide it under here. So Queen of Cups. It's interesting to me how both of these girls are holding the thing in their hand and looking at it in the exact same way. And it's like you're choosing your world right now. You're choosing what comes next. You're choosing what you want to experience. And the universe is setting up the path for you to get there, right? You come here and you make a choice, and then you follow the path that the universe has set up for you. And that feels like what you're going through, or what you're going to be going through very, very soon when you make this choice, right? And you've got to know what's in your heart, and you've got to choose the thing that's in your heart to lead you to the most happiness. And it feels like this is the end. Let's see. A higher view, great and full, and smoke and mirrors. So your spirit guides are asking you right now to use your intuition, like really, 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 really calm yourself down and get yourself to a place of listening, because you have to have the higher perspective on this so that you can choose the right thing. You're going to have the option between something that makes you feel really great and full and makes you feel like you're on top of the world, or something that's illusion, that's smoke and mirrors, that's like something the world told you would be a great, beautiful thing, but actually when you go down the path, it's dark and it's scary and there's a lot of shady people and things like that. And you have to know in your heart which one you want to take, right? So they're telling you right now, the most important thing for you to do right now is to tune into your own intuition and really clear your mind, really let yourself rest. And like I said, things like watching a TV show or playing a game on your phone, stuff like that can be meditative. I love sometimes when my mind is too full to just play Candy Crush or something like that. And as I'm just mindlessly playing this game, these instant ideas come into my head, and that's your spirit guides talking to you. That's them saying, hey, what about this idea? What about that? And they're asking you, they're saying you have to get into this really receptive state in order to know the right thing that's next for you. So I hope that was helpful to you, my love. It looks like you're going, this is beautiful up here. I'm so glad that that came out today. That's absolutely beautiful. But it feels like you're about to make a choice, and your spirit guides just really, really want you to take care of yourself right now. That is your job right now, okay? Forget everything else, put everything else down. Your only job is to let yourself heal and really tune into your intuition by clearing your mind. That's it, okay? So allow yourself to rest and heal. I love you so much. Thank you for being here. If you like these kind of videos, please make sure that you like and subscribe so you can see more videos like these. And I will see you again next time. Hi, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. You guys chose Take a Break. A life's work, not a season. Get off the treadmill. And as I'm connecting to your energy, you feel very, very grounded in reality. And it's almost like I feel like I'm having to kind of push past your walls in order for you to receive this message, because you're so grounded in reality that it's hard for you to believe in things that are above, I don't know, things that you can't touch, right? Like here's this piece of wood that you guys chose, but it feels like if you can touch it, if you can see it, you completely believe it and understand it. But there's a lot of people in this pile who don't really believe in this stuff, but you're here anyway. So thank you for being here anyway and just listening, right? So we're going to go ahead and see what your message is from your guides for today. And the focus today is healing. So let's see what they have for you. The Uncharted Sea. Got this one, The Rose's Kiss. That was in pile 1. And Awakening Genius. That also was in pile 1. This feels like the exact same message that I was saying with this card. It feels like everyone in your life has been really grounded in reality and didn't really believe in superstition or ghosts or magic, anything like that. And it feels like your whole life you've been facing this way, which would be like, it's only real if I can see it, right? But there's something recently that is calling you toward the magic and asking you to just look into it. Just sit here and listen to the reading. Just look into it a little bit. See if it's true for you, right? It feels like they're giving me the image of like you're in a bookstore and a book just jumps off the shelf at you and it's something esoteric and you're like, this isn't for me, and so you put it back, but then you always have this curiosity within you. And they're saying maybe it's not even recently that this has happened to you. Maybe it's been happening to you all your life. And there's a part of you that is very, very curious, but your brain is kind of convincing you, no, this isn't real. It's not real, right? So in The Rose's Kiss and Awakening Genius, your spirit guides are saying, we're here to help you heal that. You come from a long lineage of people who have been disconnected from their true spiritual selves. And this is a huge part, it was a huge part of your family is what they're saying. There's something in your lineage far, far, far back where somebody was very, very spiritual and maybe they were persecuted for it or something. Maybe they were made fun of. Maybe your family kind of turned their back on this other person. But there is something in your lineage. It's been passed down to you. And I'm seeing this rose just as your human body carrying the DNA of this other person who is very esoteric and spiritual. And it feels like maybe you even know this person's story and you've always been curious your whole life. And you've always been kind of afraid to step forward into that, but you're being healed. You're being healed right now. This part of your lineage is being healed and you are reconnecting to this beautiful, magical part of yourself. It feels like I'm going to take that card, but flip it. There's a big part of you that also feels very scared that you're going to be made fun of or ridiculed or really hurt, really, really hurt if you start believing in this stuff and saying that you actually believe in it or even considering it. There's a part of you that thinks, man, if I even look into this stuff, I think that somebody's going to hurt me. So these two cards right here feel very much like I keep getting Salem witch trials kind of vibes, like witchy is what it feels like in this pile. And I don't really channel a lot witch and stuff like, you know what? This is the Modern Witch Tarot deck that we're using right here. So I don't normally channel stuff like that. But there is a deep part of your lineage that has something to do with witch. And in these two cards right here, I'm seeing this as the circle that they do in the woods around the moon that you see in movies and stuff like that. And it's like very scary and it's very like not Christian is what I want to say, or not acceptable. It's worshiping the devil. There's like so much darkness and bad associated with this. And it feels like you have all of these fears surrounding that it's dark and it's bad and it's scary. And if you even dip your toe in, that you're going to be dragged in and all of this crazy stuff is going to happen to you. And that's what it feels like. And in this card here, I am getting the image of in Frankenstein where the people are, or even in Beauty and the Beast, where they're all carrying torches and coming to tear down this person's house because they believe that there's something bad about them and they need to be eradicated, you know? There's this huge, 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 huge fear inside of you that all of this stuff is true. And your guides and your ancestors are coming through to say, that's not true. That's what they did to scare you, to take away your power. You held the power, our lineage held the power of manifestation, of creating what we wanted in our lives, of taking power of ourselves, having sovereignty over our own choices and our own life. And they took that away and made that bad and evil so that we wouldn't have that anymore. We're supposed to be on top of the world. We're supposed to have everything we want. We're supposed to be surrounded by love, surrounded by abundance, having everything that we want. Loyalty, friendship, beautiful people, beautiful things. We're supposed to have all of this, and they took it away and made it bad and scary so that we wouldn't face this anymore, so that we wouldn't connect to our true power and stop giving them our power. This really took a turn, you guys. I am so glad that your ancestors are coming through to talk to you about this, though, because it seems like it's something you've been holding on to for a really long time. Maybe even lifetimes you've had this fear. And you're just now beginning to have a little inkling to get your power back, right? Bone collector, moonlight, and compass. Leave me a comment down below and let me know how this is resonating with you. Like, if you know anything about your lineage or how the people in your lineage were magical, because I'm really feeling witchy vibes, and then I'm also feeling like New Orleans voodoo vibes, but it's not like scary. It's like the vibe that I'm getting, and I think they're talking about that with this card too. The vibe that I'm getting is that your ancestors were people who used animal skins and different kinds of organs and stuff in the food that they were preparing, and they would say a prayer over the food that they were about to eat. And somebody saw that and didn't like what they saw and decided that they were evil or bad or whatever, and just made up all these stories about them that had nothing to do with the truth, and they didn't even ask for the truth. And your ancestors had to face public scrutiny, is what it feels like, because of what they believed. Or have you seen The Devil's Advocate? I'm sorry, I'm going off on a tangent here, okay? On Devil's Advocate, there's a trial, and there's somebody who is being on trial for his religious beliefs, and they take a goat's tongue and they hammer nails into it as a spell that they're doing to make sure that the other prosecutor doesn't speak during the trial. And this is coming up because if somebody walked in and saw them nailing a tongue, it's very strange. It's like a strange practice that we don't do. And so it's like taboo and voodoo and all of this. And then when you think about it, like, people eat cow's brains, people eat tongues of animals. Like, it's not like a huge strange thing, but it can be made into this crazy strange thing that people are doing. And it's like whatever society thinks is acceptable is okay, but whatever they don't find acceptable, you are persecuted and judged for. And it feels like somewhere in your family line something like this happened, where, do you see how happy she is and joyful she is, and she's radiating this light around her, and she's just really joyful in nature, and she's using all of the parts of the animals to create things for herself. This could even be Native American. There's something about a culture that wasn't understood But what they're saying is, like she was so happy. She was fine. The only thing she was doing was trying to bring joy into her own life. She wasn't trying to harm other people. She wasn't doing anything bad to other people. She didn't care about other people. She was focused on her own life and making a beautiful life for herself. And it's like somewhere along the way, somebody saw this and misunderstood it and made it a bad thing. So in this card right here, okay, there's this timer right here, right? And this person is really sad because internally they're feeling like there's a huge part of them that's missing. And it's true. And it feels like there's got to be more to life than this. And it's true, there is more to life than this. And it's like, this is why you're being called now. It's time now. You're having all of these callings to start healing this in your lineage because it's true. It's time now. It's time for you to reconnect to, this is an ancestor that they're showing up here as the owl. Your ancestors know the way and they're leading you the way. They want you to rediscover this part of yourself. They want you to free your bloodline. They want everybody that comes after you to know their power and to have the tools to find the truth and to use the truth to their advantage as they carry on through their lives, to build whatever they want to, whatever life they want for themselves, and not have to rely on other people for food or for shelter or anything like that. Your ancestors really want you to be the first one to take a step back into that world. Your ancestors are just coming through to say, we will guide you. We're guiding you. Your heart is guiding you. We're right here with you the whole time. You're not alone. You're not going to stumble into anything that is scary or dark. And if you do, we're right here to tell you, hey, this ain't the way, right? And they're like, we're going to guide you the whole way through. Please don't be scared of this. I have to tell you, I'm actually feeling very, very honored that your ancestors are choosing me to talk to you about this. And it really, really is an honor to me. So thank you for being here and thank you for listening to this message. 9 of Cups, 7 of Pentacles, Knight of Swords, and 4 of Wands. There's almost this feeling like if you start to embrace this other part of you that is more earth magic, kind of, I'm going to say that, earth magic or witchy or any of those kind of things, that you're going to have to let go of the comforts and the beautiful life that you've built for yourself. And you're going to have to go completely into witch mode or earth magic mode or whatever you want to call it. And you're going to lose everything that you've built. And your spirit guides and ancestors are just saying, absolutely not. And they said, honey, absolutely not, honey. We want you to rise above and be all of the things that you want to be. So they're coming through with this card to be like, we want to cut all of this out of your life. All of the lies that were told to you, all of these beliefs that you have that somehow this is scary and dark and it's not for you and you're going to have to give up your life. Like all of these lies that you're telling yourself or that the world has told you, we're coming through to cut all of those lies out. Starting with this reading, maybe. And they're like, we want to join you together. We're going to walk hand in hand with you as you're learning all of this stuff. We're going to teach you. We're going to show you how to use the herbs and the flowers and all of the things. We're going to guide you to the books that you need. We're going to bring people into your life that have more information for you. We're in this together. And they're talking about this huge city back behind here and how many people are in it. But then they're just saying, don't worry about other people because we're only focused on you and we want you to only be focused on you, okay? Just worry about yourself right now. Maybe there will be a day in the future where you help a lot of other people to come back to this too. But for right now, just focus on yourself and your own path. And these two cards were sticking out. So I think this is the end. Oh gosh, Four of Pentacles, and everything is fine. What a great card to end on. So in the beginning, they're bringing me back to this card and how we were talking about how grounded you are in reality and the 3D world and how it's hard for you to let go, right? And so they're bringing back to this and they're like, you're not going to have to let go of reality. You're still going to be grounded in reality because spirituality is reality. It's another layer of reality. You're not going to go crazy. You're not going to like become a weirdo if you don't want to be a weirdo. But if you do want to be a weirdo, go ahead. They're like, you're still going to be grounded. You're still going to be safe and protected. Your money is going to be safe and protected. You are so grounded. And that's exactly how our family line is. We've always been grounded in reality. But this other side of us exists too. They're saying, if you choose this, the version of you that you are right now is going to have to die. It is. The person you believe that you are, all of the beliefs that you hold about yourself, how you carry yourself, what you talk about, all of that stuff, it's gonna change. But it's for the better. And they're like, you shouldn't be afraid of this because it's time for that version of you to die now and for a new one to be reborn. And I thought that was the end, but we have this last card, Come Together. Your ancestors are just saying, we cannot wait for you to mend this relationship within yourself between the 3D world and the spiritual world and come together and create a new lineage for this family that has balance between the two. It's you. You're the one. All right, my love, thank you so much for being here. I love that this came through for you today. I'm so excited for you. If you like videos like these, please like and subscribe so that you can see more. If you have any questions or if this resonated, like I said, please let me know if you know about any of this stuff. I am so curious and interested. And otherwise, I will see you again next time. And thank you so much for being here. I truly feel honored to have brought this message to you. Hi, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. Your guides wanted me to pull this feather, and I think it's a hawk feather, but I'm not totally sure about that. But they asked me to put that in for your reading, so we will do that, and we'll see hopefully later how that fits in. But you guys chose the boundaries. Where do you need to establish better boundaries card? And as I'm connecting to your energy, I'm feeling this very, very joyful energy coming from you. It's like you just achieved something or got something that you were hoping for, something like that. But it's like with this card, it feels like you've got a lot of people begging for your time right now. And your spirit guides are encouraging you to spend your time wisely right now, because it feels like you just had some kind of breakthrough, like I was saying. And your spirit guides are saying, we're so proud of you, but also this is where you need to get laser focused on what you actually want. So there's this channel coming through her right here. And it's like, yeah, she's putting her hands out and she's like, no, I am focused on what I want for myself, on what I'm building for my life. And so your guides are just reminding you of that. You got here by focusing on yourself. Continue to focus on yourself, even as people are grabbing at you for your time and your energy, right? All right, we're just gonna get some cards out here and see what your message is, or the rest. Look at this. Look at that. That's crazy. Did that feather come from that owl? Okay, a higher view, beyond the ordinary, and willing release. I've been getting these weird synchronicities in every single reading, and it feels like some of you are asking for a sign that this is actually real and that it's true. And like, these little synchronicities are the way to know if it's real or true. They told me to put a feather out there. There was no way I would have known what the first card was going to be. You saw me shuffle it. So it's like, there's a little bit of proof, right? All right, I'm just gonna read all 3 cards together because it feels like they're just one big message. And it feels like for a while now, you have been setting your sights on something higher that you're trying to create for yourself. And this is a dream or a wish that's in your heart. And you have been really, really focused on it. And like we were saying earlier, it feels like there's some kind of breakthrough or something that you just got recently that is helping you, or like, the way that I could describe it is like you getting the adapter that you needed, which was the thing that you needed to plug in the thing so that you could do all the rest of the things. That is a very bad way of explaining it, but I hope you can understand what I mean by that. It's like you got a little small thing that's pushing you a little bit further on your path and kind of showing you, yes, I'm going in the right direction. Maybe it's going a little bit slower than I would like it to, but it's going in the right direction. I'm so happy about this. Okay, 7 of Cups, Page of Swords. We've got this one here, the Emperor, and Page of Pentacles. So this card right here kind of feels like the beginning, where there's all these offers now. There's all these people or things trying to get your attention now. Maybe it's just ideas. Maybe, you know, if you're a songwriter or something, maybe these are all different songs that you want to work on. And now that you have this new tool, you don't know what you want to work on first. Maybe it's something like that. So, you know, in the beginning, this could be not people trying to take your energy and attention. It could just be your focus going to a bunch of different places. So then going back to the 7 of Cups card, it's like she may have a hard time because all of these things are things that she wants, and she knows eventually she wants to have all of them. Like going back to the songwriter thing, she knows that she eventually wants all of the songs to be finished, but it's kind of like your guides are saying, you're gonna have to focus on one, or maybe not even one thing, but like one part in each song and finish that and then do another one. So for instance, do the drums of each and every single song, and then do, you know, they're asking you to just really, really focus your attention and not get overwhelmed by how much there is to do now. In this card here, it's like she's clearing away the confusion with her sword. I just see her swishing it all around and making the clouds go away. And I keep asking your guides, what does that mean? How do they clear the confusion? And it's kind of what they were saying here. You know, you've got to just focus on one thing. Do you see how there's clouds all over here? And how the more that she is stuck in indecision, the clouds are just going to grow and grow and grow and grow. They're like, just pick one thing. It doesn't matter what the one thing is. Just pick one thing and start doing that one thing until it's done, and then do another thing. Don't get too caught up in the right thing. In this card, your spirit guides are just trying to remind you that you're in control. You're in control of your life. Do you see that? I think it's called the Ankh. Maybe I'm pronouncing that wrong, I don't know. But it symbolizes life. And they're saying your life is in your hands. This project, whatever it is you're building or working on, or whatever this is, if this is your life, it's in your hands. It's yours. You get to decide. You get to decide what the first step is, what the second step is. You get to decide all of it. And they're saying, once you accomplish that one thing, you will feel so good about yourself. It'll make you feel like, oh my gosh, I did it. So going back to this card again, when you're standing there and there's all of these options in front of you and you don't know which one to choose, it's like overwhelming, right? But if you just focus on it, and going back to that example of drums, like I'm gonna do the drums in each of these songs, and then after you get done with it, you feel like you have this prize, like, yes, I did this. I did this, and I'm one step closer to everything that I want for myself. Align your life. Wasn't this trying to come out in the beginning? That is crazy. Do you remember in the beginning when you were picking your card and this one tried to come out and I took the one underneath it? Craziness. I love how spirit works sometimes. All the time. What am I talking about? Except when they're telling me to wait. I hate that. All right, we've got align your life. What's not aligned or needs to change. You're already doing it. Stop overthinking. Keep facing your true north. And deep replenishment, retreat, rest, and be held. It feels like your spirit guides are just reminding you that as you're taking steps toward this, to remember who you are and what you like. Remember, they're like, don't try to shove pieces that don't fit in. And going back to the song thing, don't add something to a song just because it's popular, but you hate it. Like, don't do that, right? Your spirit guides are saying, remember yourself, remember your lessons, remember how you got to where you are right now. Remember your authenticity, because if you're trying to make things that are all scrambled, that aren't just purely 100% you, it's gonna come out all scrambled like that. So they're just reminding you, as you're doing this, make sure that you're making choices that align with who you are and what you like. And then they're showing here in this card, like, this is where you've already been. This is the journey you've already taken. Here you are right now. You can see your dream coming true. You can see that it's actually gonna come true for you. Whatever this thing was, even though it seems like it was a little thing, it's actually really inspiring you to continue on your path. And so they're saying, you're already here, you're already doing it. You can see the finish line right here. And I'm trying to think, they're trying to remind me that it may not be a creative project like making music or whatever. It could just be something in your life that you're trying to create. Maybe you just got the down payment for a house or something, which doesn't seem very small, but let's just use that example. If you have a down payment for a house, now the process is going to look at houses and stuff, and the finish line is within sight. You can see it, but there's still a little bit of a process to get there, but you know you're going to get there now, right? And your guides are just encouraging you to rest and relax along the way. Make sure you're making time for yourself. Make sure that you are giving yourself time to just turn off your mind and listen, because you're still gonna have new ideas coming in. And they're asking you, as you're going through this process, to keep yourself open to the relationship that you have with your spirit guides, because they're gonna be helping you along the way if you allow them to. And so they're saying, please keep yourself open, because we want to go on this journey with you. We want to help you. Making a choice, strength. I feel like a lot of these want to come out. I think I'm going to stop here though. I'm gonna scoot these. It feels like I've said, you've been on this journey and now you're at this point where it's like, it doesn't matter which way your life goes, it's all beautiful. It's all beautiful. Because you know who you are and you're making choices out of a heart-centered, aligned place. And maybe you'll come to a fork in the road where there are two things that you don't know which one is the right one, but you trust yourself enough now to go, you know what? Both of them are beautiful. Both are things that I want to explore, but right now I'm just going to pick the one that I feel most drawn to, and you're just going to go do it. And your guides are just encouraging you to keep that strength, keep that determination within you, to just keep moving and just keep making the right choice that's in the moment for you. They're saying you're creating magic here. You've got magic coming out of everywhere from your body. You're creating something in the physical world that is so beautiful for yourself. They're like, just keep trusting yourself. Keep making the decisions that you feel are right in the moment. This card just feels to me like there are people sitting around that are going to watch you take off and achieve this thing that they never thought was possible for you. And they're going to be like, what the heck? How did they do that? wait, how did that happen? And you're just gonna be like on the moon, like you don't even care. You can't even see the people on Earth anymore. You're higher than anybody else because you're so excited about whatever this is that you're creating. And they're literally like, how did that happen? And they're telling me to point out these mushrooms at the bottom for somebody. And they're not really saying there's a message. They're just like, point out the mushrooms. Okay, there they are. And here you are at the end. Look, you had this wish at the beginning, and here you are at the end with this wish in your hand and something in the physical that is yours now. That's so beautiful. And your spirit guides are like, you get this, you get it. You're there. Like, we can see you there already. We're witnessing your future self standing there with this thing that you're trying to create. We see it. It's like, it's a done deal. It's happening. And like they said earlier, like, you can see it. You know it's true. You can see it. Even though you're not experiencing that end goal yet, you know it's true. And there you are with the prize, whatever it is for you. I'm so happy for you. This is so nice. You deserve this. You've worked so hard. You deserve this, whatever this is. All right, we're gonna grab a couple more from here, but it feels like the message is wrapping up. So sacred pool, home. Maybe it is a home. They were talking about a home earlier as an example. Storm fields. Is that where we're ending? This feels like where you came from. It feels like chaos all the time, somewhere nobody wants to be. And it feels like you left that. Look, mushrooms again. It feels like you left this and it's kind of being destroyed in your memory and it's being wiped away. Do you see how these colors are very similar here? It's like this storm that came and washed away all of this stuff is now bringing the happiness and the joy and the peace to you. That's beautiful. And then it feels like you're home now. You're home, like this is where you've always wanted to be. Whatever this is that you're creating. Look at this little owl here and the owl there. Whatever it is that you're creating, it feels like home to you. It feels like something that you've always wanted. And it feels so aligned and beautiful and pure with your heart. And it feels so natural to you. It's just like second nature, whatever it is. It could be a physical home, or it could be a dream that you've always had, or I don't know. There's a million things it could be, but hopefully you know what it is at this point. But they're like, it's time. The time is coming. It's, you know, it's here now, and it's also coming where you're going to be in this I have everything that I dreamed of place. How beautiful. All right, my love, that is all that your guides have for you today. I hope that was so helpful to you. And if you like readings like this, please like this video and subscribe so that you get more on your feed and that they'll notify you whenever a new video comes out. Anyways, thank you so much for being here, and I will see you next time.